So I have this beautiful young apricot tree in front of me that is putting out a lot of new growth. However, when the new growth is coming out, all the leaves are stuck together and rolled up in a ball. I'm going to show you what it looks like and then what my treatment options are in the future. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Craig. I started a channel called My Sustainability Journey, where I just want to take you through my whole journey of becoming more sustainable with the way that I live, teach you all the things I'm learning as I go along, how to grow, how to become more sustainable with water, food, pretty much anything. So please subscribe, hope you enjoy this. If you've got any questions, drop it down and I'm happy to get back to you. But now let's get back to the apricot. So before we get into it, apricots can actually suffer from quite a few different issues. They can suffer from aphids, leaf rollers, black spots, shot hole. There are a range of different things that can hit apricots quite hard. And part of the process of diagnosing what's wrong with your apricot tree is actually researching what the options are that it could have and then work on a process of elimination, which is what I've done with this tree. So I'm going to bring you in close, show you what it looks like, and then talk about what our options are from there. First things first, look at this beautiful new growth that is coming out. Same over here. Beautiful, all correct colors, leaves aren't damaged as they're coming out. But then we look at some of the new growth coming out and you can see how rolled up and gnarly it is. This one, the stem is rolled up all the way in on itself. You'll see you can quite easily unroll it. And this is the problem that I have. However, where it gets confusing is if you look at this one that came out here. It's beautiful, it's growing as it should, no issues. This one looked like this before I unraveled it. So if we look at what the possible options are, leaf roller would be pretty much the first option. However, all the new leaves would be impacted as they come out. These ones would all be curled up, rolled up. You would see a little web or something inside. If we look on the underside of these leaves, there's no aphids, no bugs, no stickiness, no netting, no webbing. Nothing on these leaves is indicating that anything is wrong with them, except for some of the new growth that is coming out, which is from the top. No issues there. You can see here the leaves are a bit damaged because I had to uncurl this, so it got damaged during the uncurling process. But you can see once again the new leaves, once it's been uncurled from the spring growth, they're fine, there's nothing wrong. Here, strong growing tip, not curled out, it's perfectly fine. So there's lots of new growth on this plant and it's doing really well, which is adding to the confusion. Another thing to consider with apricots are the fruits. They are quite a good indicator if something is going wrong with this tree. And you can see there are two apricots here, if you can see very clearly, but they don't have any damage on them, which is an indicator that there's no fungal issues on the tree. So what I'm doing as a temporary treatment is where the leaves are curled, I am just uncurling them. And sometimes they do get stuck and they tear a little, which is okay because the new growth will continue. So this one you can see is pretty well knotted up. Put it behind my hand. So all I'm doing is unwinding the leaves. You're gonna have to take some sacrifice here. And there you can see we now have the growing tip all exposed. This one I'm not too worried about because in the long term this is an inside branch going straight up, so it'll probably be clipped off in winter, but it's a good example to show you how you can just uncurl it. And like I've showed you in some of the other frames, once you uncurl it, the new growth comes out perfectly fine. So That's where the conundrum is. It's not leaf curl because all the new growth is not impacted. You don't have those big gnarly knobs on the leaves, which is what leaf curl is known for. So uncurl it like that and you should be fine. So now that we've taken a look at what it actually looks like and what my interim solution is to let it grow, let's talk a little bit about longer term treatment options. So because the tree is growing strong, its new growth isn't impacted once the leaves are unrolled, and generally it's put on a lot of growth. I'm not going to be spraying this tree now with a fungicide or anything organic to get rid of bugs because it's building the strength it needs, it's got lots of new growth, and it's generally a happy tree. If the leaves were damaged, the new ones coming out were all gnarly and twisted, it could be leaf curl, and I would treat that, but it's not, so I'm just going to leave it. I'll keep a close eye on it throughout summer to make sure it doesn't decline, but I'm going to leave it until winter. And then once it's fully dormant, I'm going to spray this with lime sulfur. Lime sulfur is a brilliant overwintering spray, or just sulfur, and it'll get rid of spores, fungal diseases, any pest eggs. But once the tree has lost all its leaves, then we do a heavy spray on it to make sure that nothing carries through into the new season next year. But for now, I'm going to leave it be, let it be happy, keep a close eye on it, and hope for the best. If you enjoyed this, please give a thumbs up, please subscribe to the channel so you can follow my journey, and if you've got any questions, let me know and I'll see. It'd be great to see if other people have the same issue as I do. And until next time, happy gardening!